What's good, y'all? It's your boy Just Blaze, host of Above the Rim. Subscribe and tune in each week to hear me and a special guest discuss the latest in the NBA, the way you want to hear it, with the topics that you want to hear. Keep it locked.
You didn't come to play basketball today. You knew you didn't want to play. Your coach told you got to play, and you were frustrated, and then you tried to take it out on somebody else.
To be honest, I wasn't even worried about no crowd. I couldn't hear a thing.
You made a gesture as you were going off for the first time?
Yeah, to Jarv Smith to meet me in the back.
Okay. Got it.
That's what it was, so. Told him to come back to the back, you know what I'm saying? All that on the court, we can handle that off the court. I ain't with that, and that's on my mama. May she rest in peace. Ain't no punk right here. Man, on my mama, may she rest in peace. That shit dead. So, whatever happened. JR know where I'm at. Everybody know where I'm at. It is what it is.
See, Jesus did that. See, he know he way more man I can be, Skip. Cause you spit on me, Skip. I got to have you. We got to go. We got to do all this. You want this smoke? Okay, you about to get it. It's about to be a barbecue. Cause it's gonna be smoke up in here. We gonna move some furniture.
Talk about it!
You are now tuned in to Above the Rim.
Family, welcome to Above the Rim, the latest episode of Above the Rim, episode 71, brought to you by your honorable host, your boy Justin, aka Just Blaze. And I couldn't give you just one special guest. I had to throw in two of my guys from the family, two very familiar voices that you've heard on here countless times. First up, my man Jarv from the Gray Area. What's good, my brother?
What's good, Just? It's a pleasure to be back. Above the Rim family. What's good, people?
As always. And otherwise, my man Damo, friend of the show. Happy to be back, my brother.
Man, thank you. It's glad to be back, man. Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Damo!
Word up. So, family, you can find Above the Rim anywhere you get your podcast, and it is now available on Spotify, so make sure you go check it out there as well. And to get in contact with me or the show, you can follow me on Twitter at JustBlaze_513. That's JUSBLAZE _513. On IG, it's JustBlaze513. And on Facebook, it's search Above the Rim Podcast. And also email the show at the new email address, AboveTheRimNBAPodcast@gmail.com. Jarv, my man, where can they find you on Twitter?
As always, on Twitter, Chet_O'Hara. On Instagram, Marlo Podfield. The Gray Area drops every other Thursday unless it's a special occasion. And I switched today. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Blog Talk Radio. There you have it.
All them things. And we're going to skip over Damo with his incognito ass.
Come on, son.
Incognito. But family, so if you have any feedback for the show, responses, or you just want to ask me a question, or you want your voice to be heard on the show, call up the Talk About It line.
Talk about it!
Leave your boy a voicemail and let me know what's on your mind. That number is 908-718-1592. And of course, you can send responses as well via email to AboveTheRimNBAPodcast@gmail. And we actually got a email this week for this show. So we're going to go over that first. But before we dive into this wild ass week
so
one.
You're not taking no bookings? No bookings with the email?
No bookings for inquiries. For bookings or inquiries.
Okay.
In my bio.
Link in bio.
Holla at me.
Oh, man.
But so before we dive into this wild ass week one
yes, sir,
of the NBA season, let's respond to some of these listener questions. The homie didn't leave his name, but it's his email is fromthebottom@gmail.com. I won't give out the number just in case he wanted to be incognito. So my man
From the bottom. Hacker account.
Word generic.
It could be. But so let's get to the question. The first one is first off, great show, and I have two questions. Number one, is the East Giannis for the taking since LeBron is in the West now? So I'll start off here. I say hell yeah.
Okay.
It's definite. The East is definitely here for Giannis to take. And I think he's the most talented individual player in the Eastern Conference to me. But right now, it's time for him to put up or shut up. And I need his team success to be a little bit better. So to me, the East is Giannis's right now. And Giannis is for the taking. And I was high on him last year. the year before that, and I'm high on again this year. Giannis is my pick for MVP. Jarv, what about you? Is the East Giannis's for the taking or not?
Well, for the Above the Rim family, Justin and I discussed this gentleman in Milwaukee on the gray area, and I'm going to bring that phrase over to Above the Rim here. I called him an imaginary player.
So disrespectful.
You know, if you're not familiar with what that is, it's a Jay-Z song, and I believe that, you know, he has all the tools and all the counting stats, but when it matters the most, he doesn't show up. Can't get out the first round.
Harsh.
He gets booted out of the first round with no effort. You know, some guys go down swinging, right? No, he lays down. So
he played hard.
Is it his for the taking? His talent says that it should be, but the reality of the situation is, no, it's not. He's imaginary until proven otherwise. It's Kyrie's for the taking.
Wow.
The boy.
Wow.
Kyrie. The boy Kyrie. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'll tell you that right now. Not at all.
Interesting.
Damo, what about you?
I mean, to me, in my opinion, the East is wide open. I wouldn't say it's a dead giveaway for Giannis, but I mean, I like dudes that can shoot, and Giannis don't have a jump shot to save his life yet.
True.
You know, he got to work on that jumper, man. But it's between him, Embiid, Kawhi.
Got a couple of hitters in the East.
And your boy Kyrie. I mean, the East
put some respect on that.
They bulked up. I like Kyrie Irving. I happen to like him a lot.
So hear me out, Jarv. I know it's your boy Kyrie.
Yeah.
So honestly, you would really take Kyrie over Giannis, over Ben Simmons, over Embiid, over Kawhi?
Well,
honestly.
that's a trick question right there. You trying,
Is it?
That ain't no trick question, man.
You know, if you asking me talent for talent, of course there's an obvious answer, no.
He said, is the East
But
for the taking?
in the Eastern Conference, and it's time to win playoff games, give me number 11 in green. It is what it is.
If he can get there.
I put it to you like
Giannis
this.
might go out in the first round again.
Possible.
I put it to you like this. Look, Giannis, he's sort of like LeBron when LeBron first came in the league.
Yeah.
Remember when LeBron came in the league? He was doing all the same thing Giannis was doing. It was like, yo, if only LeBron could get a shot.
Yeah, but LeBron's getting out the
Look
first
at
round
LeBron. Look, what?
LeBron's getting out the first round though.
It's the East, though. The East is
It's about the
bulkier
East
now.
for the taking, he asks.
Listen, people,
Giannis get a shot, man. He's
It's
the
over.
guy. It's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
That's like
If
KD
you guys
times
notice, he has been taking threes a lot this season. He's
don't
been
even need the
encouraged to
three.
take threes from Budenholzer.
Yeah.
And he's been trying to take them. He hasn't been shooting it well, though.
If Giannis get a midi, it's a wrap. Forget the
mid-range.
three.
What I think he needs a real good post game. If he gets a post game,
but he could spin and go to the rack. He just can't spin and fade away.
Right.
That's his problem.
That turnaround would be key.
And
If
ever
he had
since-
a turnaround fade away, there's a problem.
Ever since he hit that game win on the Knicks, I was like, if that could be consistent,
Bozo Nation, what's good?
you know the Knicks give players confidence.
Come to the Garden and flourish.
Word up. So
Unless you play for the Knicks.
Unless. Second question. So you said, who can have another finals run like LeBron year after year that's an up-and-coming superstar? Then he said, keep up the good work. That's an interesting question. So, I'm going to start off here again. First off, thanks for the question, man. Appreciate
That's
you.
a good question.
And family, please send in those questions as well. Keep them coming. Tough call for me, but I'm going to be honest. I don't see anyone taking over the East the way LeBron has, consistently dominating year after year after year for such a long period of time.
Yeah.
And what, 8 straight finals or 9?
8.
8 straight finals.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mind blowing.
I don't see, not even Jordan did that. Not finals.
No.
We know the Eastern Conference is weak, but I always give him credit because you still have to deliver. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I give LeBron credit, because at least he delivers on what he should be doing. So Dom, I'll start with you. Do you see anyone in the league having another finals run like LeBron has?
No, not really. And this is going to be one of my takeaways at the end. I think it's going to be, with LeBron gone, it's going to be a lot of tit for tat, positioning in the East now. I mean, because you got the Philly's looking good. Boston's got hella talent. You got Kawhi out there in Toronto. He's looking like he might be happy. You know, he's having a good time out there. It's wide open, man. I don't see nobody dominating in the East like LeBron did.
No, but it's anywhere. Can anyone in the NBA dominate for that period of time?
After the Warriors stint is over, I don't see it happening for a while.
Okay.
You know what? I'll be the person that's gonna take the heat. You know, someone has to take the heat on Above the Rim. You know. We already seen it take place, fellas.
Where?
He wears 30. Plays for Golden State. Has gone to the finals 4 straight years. It's about to be 5. Coming out of the West. 2-time MVP. All he needs is a finals MVP. And again, if he gets there, it'll be 5 straight finals. It's the chef.
But he doesn't single-handedly dominate.
Yeah,
he doesn't single-handedly carry the team. Listen, if KD wasn't there, are we talking about them getting to the finals?
Yeah, they would still be there. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, we can agree to disagree on that.
That's why I'm here, guys.
Okay.
We
Please,
supposed to
devil's
agree.
advocate.
We need him here. We need
Golden State.
Listen, honestly, we need somebody to be wrong right
Chef
now. Okay?
Curry.
No way.
5 straight finals. Circle back. in
4.
June. What was it, just June?
See you in June. As I've been calling on you. See you in June, family. I'm telling you right now, most definitely. But interesting questions from my man.
Yeah, those are great questions. That's a basketball fan right there for sure.
Good, yeah.
I definitely appreciate those questions. And that could be up for debate because that is interesting, man. Who knows what's going to happen there? But that's neither here nor there. We about to get into this weekend. And we know what the hell went down this weekend. Rockets Lakers. Saturday night. LeBron's debut.
Yeah.
Home opener.
Yeah.
What a way to christen in
Yes.
the new 2018-2019 NBA season.
Hey, yo, Just, man, you remember the first episode we had?
Oh,
Free Oak?
Free Oak.
It's a lot of Free Oak energy going on right now.
There's a lot of Free Oak energy.
Listen. Free the homie B.I. Free B.I. Free Rondo.
A lot of Free Oak energy, man.
There's a lot of
Free
Free Oak energy.
CP3 too. Free them all. Till they free them.
And the baby mama.
And the baby mamas in the
And the
crowd.
baby mamas.
Listen.
It got crazy over this weekend. And family, if you didn't know, if you were living under a rock and you didn't know what was going on this season, I gotta give my man Stephen A some credit because he did recap the night's events pretty easily and pretty lovely. So I'm gonna play that here.
First of all, he got mad because James Harden shoved him when he was going in for a layup. Typical basketball play where James Harden could have gotten called for an offensive foul, but that didn't happen. So what does Brandon Ingram do? Not only does he shove James Harden in the back, but then he gets in the face of referee Jason Phillips, which made absolutely no sense whatsoever. And you know it's bad, by the way, when Lance Stevenson has to come and grab you and hug you to calm you down. But then ultimately Rondo and Chris Paul are talking. But Chris Paul, you can see him wiping something from his face. Next thing you know, he mushes Rondo in the face. Rondo throws a punch at him. He comes back, he catches Rondo with an uppercut. So Rondo's going to be suspended. Chris Paul is going to be suspended. And then, oh, by the way, Brandon Ingram, who was already destined for a suspension, ultimately comes in from behind with the melee and throws a punch. So you know he's going to get suspended. Needless to say, right now I'm annoyed. So I'm getting the hell out of here. And I'm enjoying my Saturday night in LA.
Classic Stephen A.
Classic.
He's annoyed. 1 minute the league is too soft, and then you get some smoke and you're annoyed. Figure your life out, stupid. Stephen A. You ain't never loved a stupid day in your life.
Stephen A, man. He's a funny dude, man.
I'm
I gotta tell you. So, Saturday night, the events. Everyone has heard about the brawl that has happened, the melee that has happened in the Staples Center.
Yep.
The Houston Rockets came in there and got a nice win. James Harden dropped 36. Chris Paul dropped 28, 10, and 7. LeBron had a fairly quiet 24, 5, and 5 in the night. I mean, a little interesting. 3 guys got suspended. Rajon Rondo had 13 and I believe 10, 13 and 10. B.I. had a decent game. It was a great game all around.
Quality basketball for the second game of the season.
Nip and tuck.
Yeah.
You can feel it was a playoff atmosphere. There was a lot of intensity in the game. There was a lot of things going on. Everyone had reactions to it. The fight, of course, made the headline news, but what got lost into it was that it was a great game.
Yeah.
It was actually a phenomenal game. So we're going to talk about the takeaways that we had from this game and from the melee because it was a statement game for this season.
Agreed.
It christened the season, like I said before. So I'm going to be honest. My first takeaway from this game and from what the events that take place in this light is that the Lakers, I feel like, are not mentally tough right now.
Nah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe the Lakers are mentally tough right now. And I was a little bit disappointed. And let me tell you why. And your Lakers, Jarv. We know Jarv is a Laker fan. So let me tell you why. So to me, when I sat down got away from the fight and about what took place, and I sat down and thought about why it took place.
Right.
I'm like, why were the Lakers that upset? Lakers as in Brandon Ingram, who had the initial shove. Rajon Rondo, we know about, he has a long-standing beef for Chris Paul that dates back to 2009. So that's a long, outstanding beef that has been there for a while. But my issue is with Brandon Ingram to start it off. Why were he so upset? And then I thought about it. I said, I don't think the young guys are mentally tough right now to handle the chirping and the intensity of that playoff-type atmosphere, what was going on.
For sure.
Because it was a playoff-type game. And if you look at what transpired throughout the game, you look at Kyle Kuzma. Chris Paul was actively seeking out Kyle Kuzma on switches and isolation sets and scoring on him every time.
Right.
James Harden was also attacking him. Brandon Ingram wasn't really getting attacked that much, but he did get a lot of ticky-tack fouls called on him because he was guarding James Harden a lot. And then we know Chris Paul and Rajon Rondo were just jawing with each other throughout the entire game for their long-standing beef. And because it was a high energy, and we know this could be a playoff matchup in the future. Yeah. So there was a lot of things going on in this game. And to me, my first takeaway from it was that I don't feel like the Lakers as a whole were mentally tough in this situation. The young guys in particular Brandon Ingram. So that's my first takeaway. Jarv, I'm going to start with you. What was your takeaway from all this?
Well, what you stated about mental toughness. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's difficult to be mentally tough when you haven't been there before. What I saw from the Rockets was they knew outside of LeBron and maybe Rondo, these guys are not built for this right here.
Yes.
You know what? Like we always clown on the Eastern Conference, but to me, there's nothing like high-end Western Conference basketball. Yeah. Call me biased as a Laker
quality.
fan. It's different out West. They knew already the lights, the cameras. We had like the first take show and all the other shows out in LA.
Event.
You had Basketball Saturday Night with Paul Pierce and company outside Staples.
NBA Countdown.
Yep. I said basketball. But it's like, you think about the severity of the situation.
Yeah.
These guys were fans.
Yeah.
As well as professional basketball players.
Yes.
And you saw it transpire. And you saw that the Rockets, the way they played, they wanted to see if they were like that. And as the game went along, the demonstrative antics, the crying about no fouls being called in their favor.
A lot of that.
They're not ready for that. You're 100% right, Just. But there's another thing that no one has talked about at all. And this whole situation with the calls and no calls, so on and so forth. I got to go to Luke Walton. Not necessarily the X's and O's. I think he's doing a great job as far as how they're playing. They have to learn how to play together. We still don't know the proper lineup combos. But Saturday night was the perfect time, the way things were going, to get a tech. It shouldn't have been B.I. wildin'. It should have been Luke Walton wildin'.
That's a good point.
All of these missed calls, and Luke Walton never even got angry. It should have been Luke who caught that tech and set the tone for the team, not B.I. ready to scrap at a ref.
Yeah,
so I gotta look at Luke Walton.
Built.
Yeah, at my point exactly.
That was frustration.
The coach should have caught that tech in the second quarter so that the refs would be on their job a little bit better. You left it to a 20-year-old and he failed.
Damn, that's a great point, y'all. Damn.
That's a good one.
Ooh, I'm not even gonna lie.
I wasn't even looking at Luke. I wasn't even checking for Luke.
Double round of applause, because I didn't even think about Luke, Damo.
I wasn't even checking for Luke.
Great point, Damo.
I was looking at other things. I was just looking at the team play. Everybody's jockeying for position.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see who's out there trying to take position in the West. And me, personally, everybody got their hopes high for the Lakers, but me, I don't think the Lakers are that good yet, man. They're not that good. I don't see them. I think they're going to be a low seed, maybe.
Not even playoff seed?
Maybe not even make the playoffs.
Oh, my God, Damo.
Come on, man.
Come on.
The only reason why I say that is because they have a tough schedule to start the season.
Right.
Okay.
They're playing a lot of tough teams. The West you got to bring your A game every night.
Everybody is playing tough teams.
Yeah.
No, in the West, you got to bring your A game every night. And I feel like, the Rockets my takeaway, the Rockets came in there and they just bullied them. They've been here. They've been in this atmosphere already.
Grown men basketball.
They bullied them out the gym. That was my only takeaway. The Lakers is just not ready to me.
Like, I just felt like there was too many times that you saw a yellow jersey flying somewhere and Luke should have been like, WTF?
That's
what's
a good point, though.
What's going on?
Yo, man, you really brought up a great point, because That's true, because sometimes I see Luke get texts every once in a while, but I really didn't see the fire from Luke like I thought it was. Like
he
I did
treated
see
it like
Dan
the second game of the season.
Yeah, I saw D'Antoni run up and down the sidelines, putting his hand up, but he's always a complainer.
He knows the urgency.
But you don't think that came from D'Antoni? Or throw a little elbow out there. Let's see what they made of.
Yeah.
And it should have been Luke to say, look, we're not going for that.
I'm going to give you guys a great example, because you see what I'm learning about the Rockets as I'm watching the season, because this is a fairly new team as well. The core is still there, but they've gotten a lot of little pieces that they have to integrate. I saw someone else arise in all this. James Ennis as the goon of the squad.
Easy money. He was like, I got one job to do and I'm going to do it.
Did you notice that? You see, there was no reason for him to clothesline Josh Hart. There was no reason at all, but he made sure he did it, though, and kept it humble. He was like, regular playoff foul.
He's ready to get tossed for that.
Ready to get tossed. It was the second game of the season, and that was way before the scuffle.
What you like to say, just star in your role?
Oh,
yeah.
He was.
If you don't think the Rockets saw the Lakers as someone who's getting some pub, and we won 65, we were one game away from the finals,
the pub?
We're gonna put these guys on their ass, these young boys on their ass, and let them know what time it is.
Listen, man,
that's what we saw.
That was a I'm gonna check you this game.
Right.
That was
a G-check game.
Yes,
that was a free Oak game.
That was a free Oak kind of game.
There's gonna be some people in LA who disagree with this, but if you use your eyeballs, you'll see what took place.
Yeah, if you be honest, you saw that they were actively. I feel like they had a conversation about the game plan, because remember, coming in, the Rockets were hungry. They got blown out the first game against the Pelicans. They were hungry for when they're like, we can't start the season 0-2.
Precisely.
People are already killing us.
Give LA no momentum
for our bad game, and we can't start the season 0-2. We got to come up with something that we need to get into their heads. What's the weakness right now for the Lakers? They don't have as much cohesion right now because they just got together. They have LeBron there, but it's LeBron and others right now until someone emerges to be that second star that they need. And I feel like they had a game plan is we're going to attack the heads of the young guys. Lonzo was really no need to attack because Rondo took that over from him, but Brandon Ingram and Kuzma were getting a lot of switches. And you know that's what the Rockets do. We switch out, we try to attack your weak link on defense and see who is the weak link. And once we identify it, they go hard and then it frustrates you.
And it wasn't even like B.I. was playing bad defense.
Yeah, not at all.
It's just that they know he's not prepared for
mentally,
this type of game.
For the hand check and the little taps.
You and I have been saying all this hype about Kuz. He can't play a lick of defense. Some of the defensive positions and his hand, the way he was using his hands, I'm like, what is this? With James Harden,
his hand was on James Harden
wax
for a lot
on, wax off. Like, what are you doing, guy? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I love this game. Saturday night, because I feel as though these young kids, I call them the young punks, they needed that.
Yeah.
Put it down in the Rolodex.
They did.
They learned something.
They grew up, though.
Right. Matter of fact, I won't say they grew up. They will taught a lesson.
Oh,
December 13th, the rematch. We will see how much. I already have that day circled on the calendar. We will see how much you've learned.
Yep. 100% true. And before we get to some more issues going on with this game, one thing, I got to pull James Harden's card right now. Because I had a little bit of an issue with James Harden right now, because once I watched the replay, and we've watched this a million times over and over and over, I saw James Harden walking away from the scuffle. Walking away in a way that I didn't like. Walking away meaning he wasn't even trying to hold people back as much. Like, if you saw once, after he initially got shoved, he turned around like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So that's okay. Play whatever. Like, you don't know what's going on. But once started going on with CP and Rondo, you notice who was there. It was Melo. It was LeBron.
Right.
And PJ Tucker came soaring in. Right. You notice.
Because he know he got the goons on the squad.
Of course.
You the MVP.
But my problem is James Harden should at least be in the fray a little bit. You don't have to get into a scrap. You don't have to fight, but at least needed to be in the fray. And the reason why I have an issue with it is because last year in the Western Conference Finals, if you remember, Draymond choked him out a few times. Yeah. It was about 2 times. 2 or 3 times. He got dunked on and still got a choke out of him. And James Harden didn't retaliate. So I understand you're the MVP, you don't want to get into a fight, but still, I need you to show a little bit more Compton in you in times like these.
You know what's funny? They killed Lonzo for that. Same thing last year.
Same thing.
And in a more intense situation, he walked away. I mean, Damo, maybe he caught flashes of Artest's elbow and he don't want smoke, you know? He wasn't from that at the time.
I think he's scarred by that. That was a hard elbow.
That was a very hard. That was a Spartan elbow. That was a Spartan type elbow.
People's elbow.
I gotta say, man. So really quick. So Jarv, I'm asking you. So how did you feel about LeBron grabbing CP instead of his teammates during the whole scuffle?
I keep it a sack. I wasn't feeling that. Only because we just had the mic'd up situation the first game. Oh, when you're on the ground, you let your brother pick you up.
Yes.
You know?
He did say that.
All this Hollywood antics. I've been calling them Hollywood for years. You knew you were mic'd up. You saying the right things. All the tweets and the Instagram captions. And in a situation like that.
For the likes.
Listen, I get it. I've had arguments with people since it happened. CP is his man's. But he's going to be your boy off the court forever. Y'all damn near family. In this situation, once the situation popped off, I felt as though grab Rondo. Don't even let this exchange with CP3 go down. We're a new team. We don't need this type of energy right now. Be out over here bugging with refs. Let me get this. And LeBron should know about Rondo off the rip. Remember the 2011 conference finals? Rondo was talking crazy to LeBron.
Oh, yes.
He knows Rondo's about that. He knows that. Personally.
A couple of events with him and Rondo.
Point guard, let's go. Let's get over here. Before it even gets to like coddling CP after the fact, you know? And then when it goes down and it pop off, it's a bad look. Imagine 24 doing that. Somebody snuffed Gasol and he with the dude who snuffed Gasol. You crazy?
That's a bad look.
You already in LA. They destroying murals. It's looking crazy out here. And you with the ops? You don't think them young boys the young boys in the Laker locker room not calling LeBron the ops right now? Kuzma, all of a sudden the other day, yesterday posted a picture with Josh Hart, my boy, in the caption. You think that's not by design? They're looking at him sideways right now. You
Damo.
big homie and you the ops?
That is, I mean, it's an interesting dynamic. It's very interesting. I'm going to give you my... Damo, what do you think? What was your feelings on LeBron grabbing CP instead of his squad?
I mean, listen, I'm old school. I can understand why, you know, they're godfathers to each other's kids and all that. But me, man, personally, I'm old school, man. I got that KG mentality. If you wearing a different color than mine, you the enemy. And me personally, I probably would have just shoved Chris Paul out the way and I would have grabbed Rondo instead. You know, that's my teammate. I'd ride or die for my teammates.
But he wasn't on Rondo's side. Melo was on Rondo's side.
Still, man, you gotta push your way through.
Yellow.
Exactly.
Get the
that's
guy
it.
in yellow. Matter of fact,
we colorblind right now. We gotta go for my only color. That's it.
I don't even want to commandeer the show, but I'm gonna take it back. 2009, 2010 season. Actually, the 08-09 season. Rondo got crazy with Lamar Odom.
Yes.
Kobe popped on him.
Yes.
Yeah, man, Ray Allen, no Kobe the vet, but what did he do? He got Rondo out of there.
That's a great point.
He got Rondo out of there.
That's a great... He's the one who grabbed Rondo and pulled him back.
Calm down.
Yeah, you don't want problems with that man right there.
LeBron, you big homie on this? Calm down. Come here, Rondo. We don't need that right now. We already down one. We not getting calls. Guys is getting pushed all over the place. We don't need this right now. Come on, leader.
And you know what? I think that
Teflon
would have
Bron.
made for better chemistry if LeBron would have went for Rondo.
You don't think
instead of
Rondo
CP3.
looking at LeBron crazy right now?
So let me play devil's advocate here
Please.
and also say what I really feel. I think, in my estimation, because I said the four that was right there, it was Melo, LeBron, it was CP, it was Rondo. I think, in my mind, that LeBron saw what went down, that little baby spit. The only reason I feel like he knew what went down is because Chris Paul said it out loud when it first happened. It's like, yo, you just spit on me, and then the mush. And I think LeBron, it clicked in on him. His allegiance is obviously going to be to CP3
wear a red jersey
over Rondo.
You should have went to the Rockets instead.
Think about this, though, fellas. Think about this. If you look at it, you think LeBron doesn't forget all the things that Rondo has done to him in the past? You remember the picture on Twitter that surfaced with LeBron? With Rondo taking a picture with a fan that has a LeBron is a bitch t-shirt on?
True.
He doesn't forget things. And he just met, really, Rondo this year. Met him as in a sense, but met him as he's on his teammates.
But LeBron is the same guy that goes and buys his guy suits. I mean, come on.
But that's for camaraderie.
Listen,
come on, man.
You just making the case for LeBron being the ops, bro. He an op. That's it.
I mean, I'm just saying, if someone spits on my man, I don't know how much I'm going to be on
It shouldn't
that
have
dude's
got
side.
there, just it shouldn't. When your boy CP3 decided to try to play Rondo with the little flex with his arms folded, Rondo, come in. I already see where this is going.
I mean, he should have stopped it, nipped it in the bud
watched it.
But if you remember, what did I say in the beginning? LeBron was eerily quiet this game. I watched that game twice.
You talking about the no-move ISOs? Okay.
I'm talking about LeBron the entire game. It was not LeBron-esque from the... It wasn't a LeBron-esque kind of game. From game one, did you see the energy he was playing with in game one?
Passive checkout LeBron? Yeah, I know about that
game.
This is why I've been killing LeBron for years. When he knows his team is not going anywhere, he'll shine in the media aspect instead of shining on the basketball floor.
They could have won. If LeBron decided to play like LeBron, they would have won.
They would have won.
Exactly.
Because the rest of the Lakers were actually playing well.
They were trying to win.
Like, it was a nip and tuck game. Like, everybody was kind of doing their thing this game. I'm not even going to lie. So it was bucket for bucket. It was going to go down to the wire. Whoever wants it a little bit more. But I feel like LeBron is the best player in the world. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to take my fandom out of it. And the Lakers could have easily won this game.
Listen, LeBron looking like an op in his locker room right now on many levels. He ain't played hard. He grabbing the opponent who just snuffed the point guard. It's looking shaky in the locker room.
Listen, man.
Right
This is always
from a Laker fan.
Listen, this is always my problem with LeBron. LeBron runs away from the moment. This is why I can never put him over Jordan. Jordan will never run away from the moment. That's why I'm tired of that discussion, man. LeBron will never run away from that moment, man.
That is the perfect sound effect for Jarv right now. Oh, my Lord.
Listen, and then after the fracas, right? What did he do? He looked at PJ Tucker wet a three in the corner. He didn't even close out on the shot.
Remember that, yes.
I'm not going to lie. LeBron
plays no defense.
Was a little questionable in this game. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it was just a lot going on in this game. Maybe that's what it is. We need to see LeBron how he performs after this, but
he looked like he wanted to still be in Cleveland. Like, wait, this is too crazy. This is only October. Why they moving like this?
It's the second game of the season, and it was wild.
Indiana, the second game of the season. This is Staples.
Yes. He had that kind of body language when he checked out in that series against Boston. Before he left to go to Miami.
No moves.
Take his talents
and then you
to South
calling
Beach.
for ISOs and no moves. Get out the way.
Come on, man.
Ooh, interesting.
LeBron right now, he's an op, bro.
Listen,
it is what it is.
Listen,
already game 2, he's an op?
He's an op.
That's a little harsh.
Just listen, man.
I'll be harsh.
That's a little harsh.
Listen, this year, I see LeBron. He's gonna just be shining in the media. He's gonna be giving all the right. He's gonna be saying all the right things and everything because the team is gonna be doing bad.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought up the media. And speaking of the media, I'm going to use Magic Johnson in the context of the media. So I wanted to talk about a little bit with the fallout of these incidents and what went on there, because I feel like there's some residual effects that are going to come out of this monumental moment. This is the first time we've seen a brawl in a long time.
Malice at the Palace.
Yeah, the first time we've seen punches actually connect. Actually, no. I think last year or 2 years ago, Serge Ibaka had a little... a boxer's punch. James Johnson, what it was? No, he don't want to smoke with James Johnson.
He didn't. It wasn't James Johnson.
It was a European dude.
It was a dude who he was on the Raptors.
He's on the Raptors.
Wasn't it before?
Somebody on the Magic.
Who used to be? Was it Biombo?
No.
Not Biombo. What is this dude's name who went from the Raptors to Orlando?
Biombo.
It wasn't Biombo.
No, it wasn't Biombo.
No. It was a European dude that he snuffed.
Because he caught somebody. It was like, ooh.
I think it was Evan Fournier, it could be.
No.
From the Magic. It was somebody on the Magic.
We're going to have to look that up. Y'all, do your Googles and look that up. Ibaka stuffed somebody.
Look up Ibaka throwing a punch, because he's the last person who connected or semi-connected on a punch. So, so Magic Johnson, how he feels about these events that are going on. I'm going to be honest with you, man. There's a lot of things that are into this, and you see Magic, he was in the tunnel, him and Rob Pelinka, Kiki Vandeweghe was there. There was a lot of NBA officials there. Everybody was there for this game. So everyone's seen this live and what transpired. So everyone had natural reactions or feelings to what goes in after. And Magic is one of the people who I feel like had a lot of feelings about this. He was watching this like the Godfather from the tunnel right there. So in my mind, I looked at this and I said, damn, if I'm Magic, I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed about what transpired this weekend. It's my home opener. I got the investors here. I got people who I'm bringing Showtime back, quote unquote. This is the new era for the Lakers. I got great vibes, great building. One of the most watched games in opening night history, I think, since the last was the Warriors 73 win game or something like that. And y'all out here acting like y'all on 115th. Schoolyard fights, throwing punches. And this is supposed to be a great game, and now the game got overshadowed by the fight rather than the actual game. So I feel like Rondo and B.I., they might have punched their way into a trade, or maybe might have lost their way on the Lakers. Damo.
This is my thing, though. That's a good point you brought up there. Why would Magic feel embarrassed, though? I think this will force him even more to look towards the other moves he's already looking to make.
What's that?
This is seeking, all right, this guy gotta go, that guy gotta go, he gotta go.
Making moves. But that's why he should be embarrassed. Embarrassed as in, we were talking about the fight, but I 100% agree with you. Now it's giving him the right of way.
Exactly. It's putting him in the right direction to, all right, I know I have to make that move, and I know I have to make that move. He's a champion.
Now I know why.
He know they're not going to win a championship
I
this year.
think y'all looking at this all wrong.
He's not looking at
Okay, so what are your thoughts?
He's a champion, man.
I think that Magic Johnson didn't much care for this. Irving loved this. Do remember when he signed these guys, Rondo, Lance, specifically those two, it was for shit like this. For moments like this.
That is a good point.
Why? Because he has a bunch of young pups who are not built for the smoke.
That's a good point.
He knows that Kuz's not built like that.
That's a good point.
Definitely not built like that. Along the lines of veteran leadership, yes. But also for moments like these when you need a dog or two to get a little crazy. That's why he brought him here. It's not about the moves. It's about, listen, young fella, when it goes down and someone gets crazy, stand your ground. Hold it down.
See,
I have to give a hand clap for that.
I agree with you there, but I feel like you're right about that, but I feel like also in the other way, Magic Johnson is probably thinking more of an executive sense right now. For
sure.
And I think that right now, he's more like, I don't need the circus right now.
This is why we're in agreement.
Not already.
Rondo lost his starting gig off the rip because Magic side. As much as I brought you in here to be a little dog, you're supposed to be the leader to show this guy how to run a team.
Only because you're spitting now.
Right.
Now you took it a step further.
It's
you
beyond
didn't need to take
a shove, or as Just calls it, a hold me back.
Yeah, hold me back.
You know? When you do certain things and you're supposed to be an example, you don't deserve to start.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Zoe is no longer on the minutes restriction out of nowhere.
I noticed that report. Did you see that report? All of a sudden,
Rondo's
no
not
minutes
getting that job back. Now you're a backup.
But now, okay, I'm glad you're here because you're a Lakers fan. So what if the case maybe? So I would be disappointed and surprised if now when Rondo goes through this 3-game suspension that he's on, when he comes back, they try to say Rondo gets his starting job back when he comes back. And then Zoe has to be relegated to the bench. To me, that will be a problem. And Zoe needs to start. And I've always been saying Zoe should start. I think, Jarv, you always say that too.
Yeah.
Zoe should start. You've been on the Zoe train.
Rondo's not doing anything Lonzo wouldn't do.
Exactly.
Right. And both the same player.
The same 10 assists that Rondo's getting in the system, Zoe probably get the same number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More rebounds, better defense. You know? I don't understand I understand, but I don't like it.
Exactly.
Let me not say that.
Exactly. So to close out this Laker aspect of this, I will go really quick. So do you guys think Ingram or Rondo basically in the way that they acted, do you think they got their ticket out of town because of the incidents that happened or the way they reacted? Brandon Ingram kind of being low-key Bush League, running in there, throwing punches. That was a little over the top. Rondo spitting at people. Do you think Magic is like, all right, that was my clincher?
No, I don't think they got their ticket out of town, man. Because like Jarv said, you know, that Magic is looking for that type of stuff. You know, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, Rondo was always on a 1 year. And I told you on the record, off the record, a part of me doesn't think he was ever going to finish the season as a Laker. Does it speed up the process?
Wait, finish the season?
Yeah.
Wow. I think he's
I put all of those 1 year guys on the chopping block. Only because depending on how the season breaks down and their funny temperament, some of these guys might play themselves out of town.
It's possible.
And in a situation like where I say Magic with Rondo, Saturday night, the biggest game of the season off the rip, you wilding like that makes you a little expendable.
To me, it was the timing of it all.
Poor timing. And it's like, again, with the Lonzo report, all of a sudden there's no minutes restriction. That you got to read the tea leaves. To me, that makes a statement that if Rondo's starting, what difference does it make if Zo's on a minutes restriction or not? Obviously, that means he's playing 30 plus minutes. That's starter minutes. Rondo might have played himself out of town. I think Magic, or Irvin, liked the dog in B.I. He liked what he saw from B.I. Because at least now you know one of these young guys are not you know what.
Yeah.
And apparently, amongst the guys on social media talking, this is no surprise. Apparently, B.I. been like that. We just didn't know.
Yeah. They said he was a low-key little...
Right, with the hair and all of that.
That is true. He could be. So there's going to be some interesting residual effects and long-term effects coming out of this. So this is going to be very interesting to watch. Yeah, Damo.
I want to question the NBA, though, with the suspensions. I mean, 3 games?
A little
slaps
light.
on the wrist.
I feel like it was a little light.
I was expecting
like 15 games plus.
The only thing I guessed right was CP getting 2.
Yeah. CP3
I knew he would get the least out of those 3.
Right.
But remember when Melo came to the Garden and got that punch on Jared Jeffers, he got 15 games.
Exactly.
And that was a connector.
It goes back to is this a conspiracy theory?
For sure.
It is the Lakers.
We can't afford to have the Lakers and
LeBron is
up against it. We need this guy.
We let off a little easy.
Let's not forget, LeBron is the vice president of the Players Association. Yeah. Chris Paul is the president of the Players Association. So I'm sure they had a hand a little bit in these suspensions.
Of course.
It's always a conspiracy, brother.
Listen. We don't need too much. Like, if you really think about how the season has been built thus far, it's been all about what the Lakers would do.
Oh, yeah.
So we can't have suspensions for a month, essentially, of games, 15 games? You crazy?
That's
absolutely not.
That's a lot.
Especially when people is looking forward to them making the playoffs.
My point exactly.
You don't want to hurt their chances.
Some people might not like it, but this is definitely a splash of conspiracy season. It is what it is.
Thank you for acknowledging the conspiracy.
We know what it is. If you disagree, you just want to be difficult. It is what it is.
That is true. But off the Lakers, on to my Rockets really quick. What I observe, I'm going to keep it a buck right now, right? Before we move on. I'm in Melo really quick. He's not comfortable coming off the bench, man. I've been observing Melo really strong for about 3 games now. He definitely looks uneasy coming off the bench. And I feel like it's affecting his play. I'm not going to lie. And honestly, it shouldn't affect his play, but it is affecting his play. And to me, honestly, the main problem with the Rockets right now, to me, is Mike D'Antoni and his substitution patterns. Coach Pringles is Jarv, you like to call him. Coach Pringles. Listen, man, he's ruining the team right now with his substitution patterns. First of all, he's putting Melo off the bench just to basically quiet the noise about Melo. But in turn, he's starting James Ennis when James Ennis is not a starting caliber type player. James Ennis is an energy guy off the bench to come and bring you full energy. So what I always call for him to do with Melo is just give it to him. Just let him start. Play him the first 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Let him break a little sweat. Melo likes to start off the game with some offense. James Harden, CP3 are 2 guys that usually start off the game lackadaisical with their energy level because they're just those kind of guys who do that. And Melo would give you some nice offensive punch in the beginning, get you a touch or 2, feel good, go to the bench after 5 minutes, then you come back in and ball out, no second units. But he already feel good by then because he got a few touches already. Because fellas, if you notice, when he's about to check in, this man doesn't even put on his warm-ups. When he's sitting on the bench, he's sitting and benching with his full uniform, knee pads, leg sleeves on, no jacket, no hoodie anymore. I don't know if you guys, next time you watch a Rocket game, look at him. I watch him. He's off the bench, 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. His warm-ups is off. He's ready. So to me, that tells me it's still bothering him that he's coming off the bench. So just appease him for the time being. Damo, what about you?
Yeah, I agree, man. Listen, we was talking about it the other night. I was saying, look, Mike D'Antoni should start Melo. It's kind of disrespectful to him. This guy's been starting his whole career. You don't do
He's
that
a
to a guy
22
like
per
that.
game career scorer.
He's a Hall
Not
of
right
Famer,
now,
definitely. But you got to start this guy, man. At least give him a couple minutes to get right. You know what I'm saying? Get a feel for the game. Then you could put James Innocent and then close out with Melo.
Fellas, it's the second game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
We have to figure out lineup combos, rotations, new rhythm.
No,
for
but
a dynamic player like Melo.
You don't do that with Melo, though, man.
Listen.
You do that with rotational players, not with Melo.
But some
Melo's
guys,
solidified.
at certain points of their career, in a situation where team won 65, not 45. This ain't OKC, no shade. This ain't OKC. This is a team that was one win away without Melo from the finals. So I'm not saying that it's a final decision,
right?
But let's see how it works first. Let's see.
But I still feel it's disrespectful because Melo's been looking forward to even coming to the Rockets from the get-go. He didn't want to go to OKC. He wanted to end up with the Rockets. Yeah, so now you're taking his excitement away from being there.
I don't think so. I think Melo learned from his OKC experience to let me take the step back. Because, you have guys who have strong personalities. Melo's one of these guys. Sometimes when you have strong personality, you have to let the other person realize that they bugging before you say it. Because when you say it, you're strong-willed, you just tripping right now. Now, I'm going to let you chill, Coach Pringles. Let's see how this works out. We already have a funny history, and narrative-wise, being that we have bad New York history, I don't want to come into a 65-win situation and turning the tables over and moving the furniture.
True.
Let them acquiesce and realize that they're bugging, and they need 7 in the starting lineup, or they don't need him in the starting lineup. Melo playing the game right. He an OG, he a vet, he peep game.
I definitely think he learned his lesson from the OKC. And I do think he's quieting down.
You know what though? But that's a flaw in Melo, man. That's a flaw in Melo's character. He's too loyal, man. We've seen the same thing with the Knicks. He knew he should have been left the Knicks a long time ago. But he stayed around.
It's better to fall back the first couple weeks of the season as opposed to wild out and then in January you want to be tight.
Remember when I said that to you, Damo? I said the reason why they're starting Melo, putting Melo off the bench now, it's easier to do it now than in the middle of the season because if you put Melo off the bench now, right, and then you bring him, and then you eventually transfer him into the starting lineup, it looks so that it quiets down the narrative and quiets down the noise from the rest of the people saying that Melo can't sacrifice for your team. So now they're trying to debunk the narrative and say, hey, he's sacrificing. Now this is why he needs to be starting for this team because it's the right situation for him.
I agree with that, but I feel like it's still with Melo, man. Even though he's gonna say all the right things, like I'm ready to.
Now he's saying the right things.
Yeah, exactly.
Before it was me.
I'm not buying it though. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like they should have started him and let him get used to it first, and then let him realize it because I feel like he's really invested in the Rockets. So I feel like throughout the season, when he see that him starting is not really working out in the Rockets' favor, that he would put forth the energy to be like,
but you're
you know what?
trusting him to acknowledge that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I trust him to acknowledge it. He's a vet. He's been in the league for some time now. He's hungry. He wants a ring, man.
So can I ask you guys?
So I feel like he would be like, I'll take the back seat. Let me come off the bench and bring the energy, and I'll take the back seat because it didn't work.
What about the people who say that Melo is washed? And this is just all a long, extended washout period. And it don't matter if he starts or comes off the bench.
A lot of saying that.
It's tough to say, man. I mean, Melo ain't washed, man. It's just he's not on the Knicks no more. You gotta adapt.
My issue is what is considered washed right now? I don't know. Because washed to some people, 16 points a game is washed.
Yeah, that's not washed.
You get what I'm saying?
I guess efficiency.
If you want to say that he's taken a step back, that's fair. He has taken a step back. Melo was first of all, he was never the fastest dude in the world.
No.
And now he's even
he did
slower.
Have that quick step though.
Right now. But if you did notice, he did put a lot of effort and energy into his conditioning this season because he looks a tad slimmer if you really look at Melo. Melo was always a big body. All the time. He was just a bigger Kyle Lowry-esque in that way.
240.
He was a solid body. That's why he would play bully ball a lot.
Right.
But now he looks like he lost a couple of pounds. He looks a little bit more active.
Like
he doesn't
a shooting guard.
Yeah, he doesn't look tired right now. But the thing is that he just doesn't know where he fits in because he's not afraid to take shots. But he's like, damn, is this the right shot I should be taking for this team? And I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I'm just trying to come in here because there was too many noise about me already.
Doesn't that come with incorporating? Maybe we just need to give him about 10 games and then reconvene. Let's
so you think we're jumping the gun?
That's all I'm
you think
saying.
we should come off the bench?
That's all I'm saying.
You know what? You put it this way. When it comes to Melo, like we spoke about, I'm so concerned about how the news surrounds Melo.
I'm very concerned about that.
If coming off the bench keeps the noise to a minimum while Houston figures their things out, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Because there's so many people ready to take Melo out, like Old Yeller, and put him down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather him let them fail with him agreeing to come off the bench as opposed to forcing himself on the start lineup and failing. Then it becomes his. It won't be James Harden's fault. It won't be CP's fault. It'll be Melo's fault. We don't need that.
What if that hurts the team?
So then you're saying that Melo cares about what the people say. Then,
yes.
Because, me personally, why do you care about what they say? Do what's best for the team.
The ego of the athlete is fragile, bro.
And to be fair, the noise has gotten so loud.
Yes.
It's not even normal anymore. Before it was normal, but now when they started that Kyle Korver stuff, that's when it went to another plateau.
The disrespect. And you're an OKC guy. They low-key blame Melo for the failures of last season. Come on now.
Listen,
they blame Melo for
Justin already know who I blame. I don't blame Melo at all.
No, you don't blame Westbrook.
I don't blame Westbrook.
Oh, I can't wait till we get to Russell Westbrook right now. So that was a little Rockets discussion there. So also in opening week season, I wanted to have some observations on the Boston Celtics. Another hot team, another sexy team that
I like them.
ESPN has been loving.
Kyrie.
You two fellas love them.
Yes.
I'm not so high on them, but whatever. But let's discuss them. So I want to talk about, can Boston last the season with the surplus of talent that they have right now? Because they have a lot of young boys in there that are playing hard, playing well. They have one of the best coaches in the league in Brad Stevens. And how can they keep all of these egos in order? And how can they deal with the surplus of talent? So to me, I'm going to say yes and I'm going to say no. I think for the most part, the egos and the talent will be managed for the most part, meaning in the sense of no outside noise will get in to the Boston Celtics and affect them in the locker room. But internally, I feel like Rozier, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, I feel like they're going to want more. Like, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I know there's some young boys, and I know they're humble young boys, but I still feel like they think they're just as good as everyone else on that lineup, and they should be the focal point or the young core that they should be building around instead of Kyrie, Gordon, Hayward. To them, they might be damaged goods. You never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kyrie has only been there 1 year. Let's be real. Gordon Hayward only been there 1 year. Let's be real. There's always cliques in every team. And that might be the young stud clique. Like, listen, we brought the Celtics to the conference finals without any of these boys, which were the max contract guys that they have.
True.
Now, why am I taking a step back, playing 31 minutes a night? I'm not getting 20 shots. I'm getting 13 shots when I feel like I could be a little bit more efficient. Because Jason Tatum right now, he has a right to think that way if you take it into context. I mean, what he did last year, Terry Rozier, he played his ass off. I'm going to say that. So, Jarv, I'm going to start with you. Do you think Celtics, Boston can last a season with their surplus of talent and keep all the Eagles in check, in order?
I'll first respond to your last point. Granted, they played these minutes and they had a good run, but they didn't get it done. And
that's because of LeBron.
And if you had the boy Kyrie, you were taking LeBron home. But in all seriousness, I'll be quick here. I saw something when they played Bozo Nation the other night. Kyrie wanted the ball. Tatum didn't look at Kyrie. He took the shot.
I'm glad you noticed that.
He took Kyrie, flailing, hands are flailing, give me the ball. My man gave him a little Kobe fade away.
Drilled it.
Everybody looked at the shot going in, but didn't realize that number 11 wanted to make that same exact shot.
I saw that as well.
So, to your question, that's something to look at. Am I going to say yes? I'm not prepared to say that. But that little play showed me that there's going to be a lot of guys who want that ESPN NBA TV highlight.
Right.
That's something.
And that's going to create issues. Contract year, Kyrie.
All of them
young
in the
stud
contract
Tatum.
year, damn near.
Rozier want to be the man. Jaylen Brown, not so much. Gordon wants minutes.
At least.
Gordon getting treated like the outsider right now.
And he was the prized off-season possession, the off-season signing.
But I feel like Brad Stevens will calm him down, though.
I don't know.
He got Brad Stevens to back
How,
him
though?
up.
But how can you right now?
Because that goes all the way back to college, and they're successful.
Yeah, but things have
Damo
changed,
with the key
though.
point.
But honestly, I understand the Butler connection, but honestly, things have changed right now. The man missed an entire season, so
And
now
he
people
looks-
are looking
he
at him.
looks like someone
But
who
look at
missed
this-
the
He
season.
looks washed right now.
I mean,
It's terrible to say, but he looks washed. But
A
he has
step
time.
slower, a
He's
little
still
big.
getting paid. But listen, he's still getting paid, and
True.
you're on a championship caliber team.
True.
You really complaining right now?
But that's the issue. He's still getting paid. So now think about a guy like Jason Tatum. You don't think Tatum thinks he's better than Gordon Hayward right now? Because
Probably.
honestly, the reason why Tatum is playing out of position is because Gordon Hayward has to start because he's a max player, right? Now, Jason Tatum's natural position is a 3.
Yeah.
Markieff Morris should be starting there at the 4 with Al Horford. But now the lineup has to be switched because they have to appease Gordon Hayward, their max contract player. So if you're Jason Tatum, it's like, hold on now. Y'all doing all this appeasing to Gordon Hayward. I'm the one who got y'all to the conference finals. I'm the young stud who's working with Kobe. Show me some love.
But like you said, you're still a young stud. You gotta earn your stripes. This your second year, and y'all in a championship caliber team right now. So I feel like they got a little Warriors.
Both are right.
I feel like they got a little Warriors DNA in them. There's a lot of unselfishness in that.
I don't know.
No,
Think about it. You
but
don't
hold
know.
on. The only guy I'm worried about is Scary Terry.
He's out
That
of there.
guy's hungry.
He's out of
He's
a former
out of there.
Celtic.
Oh, he's out of
He's
there.
a former
man.
Celtic.
That's the only guy I'm worried about. Other than that, I think the Celtics are okay,
But
man.
I'm just saying it was
Because Jason Tatum came in at the right time.
true. But it's something to him waving off Kyrie, bro. Not that it's my
listen,
guy.
that is something.
But he caught the ball. They had a play call, Damo. Tatum said, nah. Mamba blood. I'm taking a shot.
And he drilled it, though. That's what's crazy.
But
He
imagine-
made it.
He's gonna miss one of those. And
Oh, yes.
that's gonna be a problem. I'll say this, I'll throw a hot take out there just because I like to throw grenades sometimes. Gordon Hayward's probably going to end up being a Brooklyn Net as a salary dump.
Oh, shit.
Because they're going to have the cap room and nobody's going to
I don't
want to
think they
sign.
have the guts to trade Gordon Hayward, man.
They're going to have to.
Brad Stevens has to sign off on that.
I think Brad Stevens
Oh,
is
that's a
gonna stick
hot
with him.
take.
Nobody signs at Brooklyn.
Fuego.
All that cap room, 20-something mil, come.
Fuego.
Salary dump, 2019. Remember I said that.
Okay, so I'm going to ask y'all a real question right now. Is it time right now, already, Jason Tatum's second year, to feature, for Brad Stevens to feature him as a number one option on offense instead of Kyrie? Jarv, I'm going to start with you. What do you think?
I'll say 1B, not necessarily number 1. I think you can have a variable situation.
Okay.
I think he's good enough to where he's waving Kyrie off and making shots that you can draw plays up for him and put that type of pressure on defenses. If you got two guys on the win that can
But
create
it's about
score.
Kyrie wanting, because remember, that's the whole reason why he left the Cavs, is it not?
Nah, he left the Cavs because he was tired of LeBron's antics. It was deeper than Nino Brown with that. They trying to make it simple with Kyrie, but it was a personal issue with LeBron.
Okay, I could agree. I do think it was very personal.
Yeah.
So do you think it's time to feature Tatum as the number one option over Kyrie, or it's still too early?
I agree with what he said. The
Okay.
1A, 1B thing. Kyrie is 1A and Tatum is 1B. You gotta give it to him like that. Because if you look at the first game they played, the first game of the season, Kyrie was off.
Yeah.
Jason
He had a
Tatum
bad
was the
game
guy
the
that was
first game.
bringing him home.
True.
So if either one of those guys is off, at least you know you got one guy that'll definitely bring you home.
Agreed.
Okay, so fellas, I'm gonna throw this at you. So I thought about this a little bit, and when I thought about it, I said, Kyrie is definitely the better player right now.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it might be easier to run the offense through Jason Tatum when you think about it. Because if you look at the past championship teams, for the past 20, 30 years, they've always had a dominant wing. And the wing has always been the best player on the team, aside from two instances with Steph Curry and with Chauncey Billups of Detroit. Those are only two champions that didn't have a dominant wing as either the person who won Finals MVP or the person who was just the best player on the team, one or the other. Even Steph had it one time. Andre Iguodala won it. What was he? A wing player. You know what I'm saying? Every time with the Spurs, it was either Tim Duncan. That was the only other reason. And then when Kawhi got better, it was Kawhi. All the rest of the times, it was Kobe, Paul Pierce, LeBron. Think about it. Always dominant wings is what the league likes to be the number one option on your team.
I see where you're going.
You get what I'm saying?
Make Tatum the lead guy, and then if he's not clicking, make Kyrie with the dagger.
What? I agree, but I feel like in the playoffs, and we've seen it already. What Kyrie does,
he's proven,
puts more fear in defenses' hearts. Than Tatum. That's 100%. The only thing I would say. Game 5, game 6, game 7. You kind of don't want to deal with this man trying to mix you in the fourth quarter.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure if Tatum's game is there yet. Potentially, yeah. But I don't want to deal with Kyrie in the playoffs. That's just me. If I'm a coach, we saw Golden State, the greatest team. Supposedly, they didn't want no smoke with this guy.
Well, look who was guarding him, though. Steph Curry. Well, I mean, Klay Thompson was guarding him also, too.
It didn't matter who was in front of him.
That's true. He gave you buckets.
You know what I mean? But I think as time progresses, year 3, year 4, year 5, as Tatum grows, then you'll see the role reverse as Kyrie gets to his 30s. But today, this season, I think postseason time, it'll be 11. And eventually it'll be Tatum.
Okay. True indeed. Fair enough. And the Boston Celtics are going to be another interesting team in the Eastern Conference to watch, man. And moving on to another Eastern Conference team really quick, man. Markelle Fultz, fellas. Listen. What is going on? What is going on with this man right now? Markelle Fultz, rookie, second year now. I mean, he barely had a fake first year. I don't even know if I can even say second year. Year and a half.
I'm sorry, Just man, but this guy should have spent some more time in college. I don't think he's ready for NBA caliber basketball. I don't think he knows the sets. I don't think he understands the way basketball is being run in the NBA. Because every time I watch this guy, he's one-dimensional. He runs straight into the defense. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but he runs straight into the defense.
Oh, he has no offensive awareness.
And then has to yes.
Yeah, his offensive awareness. That's a stat in 2K. His offensive awareness is about a 30 right now. His game slide is for offensive awareness.
Yeah, man, he'll just drive into traffic and then throw a pass that'll get stolen.
Yeah, 100%. So I was on Twitter, right, and I saw this stat that I wanted to share with you guys, and I was like, man, this was interesting. Now, if I looked at the on-court and the off-court numbers for Markelle Fultz. His on-court production, right, when he was at the 76ers, 37 minutes a game on-court. The offensive rating for the team is an 85. Defensive rating is a 98. The net rating is a negative 12.
Ouch.
When Markelle Fultz is on the court. When he's off the court, the offensive rating is a 108. Defensive rating is a 108. And the net rating is a plus 28. With him off the floor. Because you see now they put JJ Redick off the bench now in starting Markelle Fultz, which is to cause a little bit of a lineup conundrum, which I feel like JJ Redick should be starting. So, I mean, TJ fucking McConnell should not be playing better than you.
I love TJ McConnell.
But he shouldn't be better than the number one pick of the draft. So I have issues with Markelle Fultz and his lack of performance. And I know people say it might be a little bit too early to pull a plug on him, but I will start surveying the field. I'm not going to call him a bust yet because I got to give him another at least yet, but I will start surveying the market for him, though, seeing if teams are willing to take a gamble on him, because you have to strike the iron while it's hot, and you have to be ahead of the curve. And if this guy is not going to pan out with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, you need a wing scorer in there. You could get some pieces for Markelle Fultz. So, Jarv, what's your thoughts on Markelle Fultz thus far?
He doesn't even deserve to have his name pronounced right. But when you look at his college game, like I don't know how much you guys watch the college.
He's in Washington, right?
Washington.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Usually guys of his ilk, ball dominant wing college players, they usually are good for a tournament run, some wins. The Pac-12, it's a cool conference. It's not like the Big East in the 90s or the 80s. And the year he went out, they won like 8 games. So like, were you a transformative player, or were you just getting your numbers?
Getting them numbers, Joe.
I'm not. The jury's out. I hate to be one of those talking heads that just cast judgment on players. I'm not doing that. But what my eyeballs tell me, and I got 4 of them, is this don't look right. We know what a good basketball player looks like.
Right.
I feel like I'm being harsh on the dude, but I don't know.
I feel like he's running with two thoroughbreds, an Embiid and Ben Simmons.
And he's
like the runt of the pack. Like, he's not special. And then you have a guy like Jimmy Butler, just out there.
Yeah.
Thibodeau holding on to this dude, looking like Van Gundy on this dude Oakley's leg, or was he on his leg? Holding on to this guy. If I'm Tibbs, I make this trade. If I'm Philly, I trade Fultz before he looks worse and the value goes down.
That's what I'm saying.
You go get this guy in there, you get a young dude to Minnesota, and you try to recreate what you would have had with Levine and keep this moving.
I agree.
So you're saying trade him now?
You're not winning with Fultz, bro. As of today.
So he can't compliment Embiid and Ben Simmons in the way that they, I guess, expected him to.
He needs to show us. If he shows us, we're willing to say, we was tripping. But we don't see it.
I don't see it.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's really bad? When he got a standing ovation for hitting his first three.
Right.
Like a standing ovation from the arena.
That's how bad it is.
What's his first step looking like? Can he create? Is he putting pressure on the D? He looks kind of slow to me.
Listen, man, this dude
he
is
looks
just
slow for a point guard.
Right.
I thought I was a little crazy. I'm like, hold up. I don't see any first step, no explosive first step.
Like, I killed Doncic, but I bet you Philly would take him over Fultz right now.
Oh, yes.
He's a little sloppy out there. I mean, he just looking like a Dykeman special.
Maybe he's rusty.
Go play some 5-on-5 at Dykeman High School.
You sending him to Europe now?
Go to the not even go to the G League, man. G League special.
He might have
special, man.
I'm not gonna lie.
He need to work on that game.
What, is it messed up if you do send a number one pick to the G League to develop?
I think it's because Philly got so good so fast.
Look at him now.
That they need Fultz to be good, and he's not capable. He needs to be on a bad team.
Yeah.
I think that number one pick put too much pressure on.
Is he like Buddy Hill on the low? Because Buddy had a lot of hype. He's mad regular.
Yeah, but
he's a sharp shooter.
Didn't they call him the another Steph Curry or something like that? Buddy Hill, something like that. They gave him some ridiculous name.
Kobe.
Oh, stop.
My man wears 24.
That's a little too much hype, but he's a pro basketball player.
True.
Markelle Fultz, I don't know about him.
He's better than Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, exactly. Markelle Fultz and another Harrison Barnes. Just looked the part, but never was special.
I don't know, man.
That is a very interesting... Listen, we on Markelle Fultz watch right now. I mean...
the jury's out.
You know what's crazy? You know what? I'll say this. I'll give him until All-Star break. Trade deadline. If I don't see any improvement, or if I don't at least see 10 points out of you a night, 10 points, and you're starting over JJ Redick, if you can't give me 10 points, then there's a problem.
Talk about egos. I feel a little disrespected if I'm JJ Redick.
He was being a bigger man in all this. He should feel disrespected, but I think he was being a bigger man and say, you know what, whatever.
Listen, Tibbs, get on the phone.
They do need to get on the phone. They do, man, 100%. And Damo, going on to you. Your boy is back. Russell Chasebrook, in the words of Jarv. Mr. Stat Patter is finally back now. The Brody has missed all of preseason. Finally started in the regular season. They played the Kings in their first game. Had a typical Russ game. Same old Russ, trying to do everything. Damn near a triple-double. What he had? 32, 12, and 8 assists. But they gave
Same old Russ.
But they gave up 130 points to the Sacramento Kings. And most importantly, they lost. Damo, I'm going to ask you.
I know y'all just...
Damo, I'm going to ask you. Can Russ scale himself back this season? And what can we expect from OKC this season in your eyes? Because, boy, I'm going to get to me after. But, Damo, I'm going to ask you.
Listen, man. We come here time and time again at this topic. We always criticizing Russ. Listen, man.
Not you.
Listen, man. This for me personally, this is the last dance for Russ right now, man.
Oh, wow.
This is the last dance. Whoa. Because I love Russell Westbrook, man. I love his demeanor on the court and everything, but you done played 2 former MVPs. You had superstars there. Oladipo, Paul George, Melo. And it's just not working out, man. So this year, you got to figure out something mentally, man. It's something mentally going on with Russell Westbrook.
So it's Russ.
He gotta be willing. It's like the thing with Melo. You gotta ego check yourself, man. That's what I'm looking for. Wow. That's what I'm looking for this season with Russell Westbrook.
I gotta give you a round of applause because I am shocked.
Listen, man.
This is realistic.
I read body
Damo.
language. I love basketball. I gotta be realistic, man.
Wow. Mr. Chase Brook, please.
Damo disarmed me,
What is
bro.
it? Empty calories, he likes to say?
Smoke. Empty calories. First day in the office, and them calories are still empty, man.
Very.
Because I want my man to flourish, man.
Hey.
Listen, we got a good point guard now. We not looking forward to Felton coming in.
Damn.
We got Dennis Schroeder. He's reasonable. You know what I'm saying? And another guy I'm going to call out, as always, Billy Donovan.
Please do.
Billy Donovan, man.
Listen.
He should have been fired last year.
Yeah, he should have been gone.
What
man.
was
We
the
need a
point
better
of
coach.
firing Scott Brooks
Exactly.
to bring in Billy Donovan?
Honestly,
the same guy.
Exactly.
Same guy.
They are the same guy. I can't even bring nothing to the segment. I mean, they're the same guy. Literally, there's no change.
So, Joe,
they both have horrible lineups.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was just about to get to you.
There's gonna be a lot of angry Westbrook fans. The Westbrook Brigade hates me, and I hate them equally. It is a mutual disdain when it comes to Westbrook. Does Westbrook have a face-up game yet? I haven't seen it. Have you seen it, Just?
He has a little post game.
Yeah,
he has a little post game.
Wait, a post game?
A little bit. He
I'm not
shows
talking
it here
about
and
that
there.
bogus pull-up that he takes randomly.
No,
when
not
he
the
feels
pull-up.
like
He
it.
does that little one.
Does he cash and have a little face-up mini
Nah,
yet?
not that. But he does do the little
Hold on. You know what's crazy?
What's up?
I'm thinking about that right now. This man doesn't have any moves.
Oh, okay. You saw where I was going with that, right?
No, but wait. He
Honestly,
does play bully ball.
That's not a move, though.
Is
But
that
it
That's
gets
a
him
pull-up J.
Listen,
No,
it
think
gets
about
him
it.
them
Does
30.
he have a go-to move? Like at least see, CP can come down the court when he has somebody isolating him. He has a step back three or he has a mid-range pull-up.
Hey, listen. Does Giannis have a go-to move?
Hey.
Why do you need a go-to move when you unstoppable?
Well, they're in the same boat
Giannis
right now.
and
When you
Chase Brook have in
unstoppable,
common?
though.
First round exits.
So disrespectful.
You know, when I talk my talk, I get so much pushback.
I mean,
And I'm like, no face-up game, no dynamic post game,
thought about
no
that.
3-point shot. Everything is dribble penetrate based. You shoot 42% from the field. You have many empty possessions. You have the highest usage rate in the league, and you're only winning about 46 to 48 games. But we talking about triple
and
doubles.
losing in the first round.
And losing in the first round.
Every
Fizzling out in the first round. Not even going 7.
Shooting 45 shots in a closeout game.
But it's Mamba mentality.
But
I don't understand.
This is
A
what
clap?
Hey,
Where
this
you
is why
at?
I'm calling him out this year, man. You gotta
clap.
check that ego, man.
BTG, where you at?
No
BTG,
face-up.
my man Baylor.
Does he even have a drop step? Does he spin baseline? What does he
I'm
do?
not gonna lie, that's a great point. I honestly never thought about that.
Listen.
Honestly. He really doesn't have a couple of go-to moves. Like when you play with him in 2K, honest. 2K, Damo. What's your go-to move with
I
Westbrook?
mean, listen, he's
The turbo button.
He's in a exactly. Yo, you know what?
That is true.
You know what? That's true. Turbo. Turbo. He's fast, man.
He said that's true.
Yeah, I can't even lie. He got a nice. I mean, he got the Euro step, and he's an aggressive point guard more than anybody else in the league.
True.
He can back down any point
That's a
guard
fact.
in the league.
But we did put Russell Westbrook on put up a shut up.
Yep.
His pressure cooker for me was a 5. It was a 5 for you
I
as
gave
well,
him a
right?
3 because we know what it is.
Yeah, I got him at a 5. I feel like he has to get out the first. If he doesn't get out the first round this year, you can't blame it on Melo this year. There's nobody else to blame it on.
Can I just slide this one more time?
No. It's either between him or Billy Donovan.
You can't blame Billy Donovan
You gotta pull his
again,
card, man.
Can I one more just
I
stab
don't like
for the
the
road?
coaching. Oh man.
Westbrook is a novelty act. Like we know what we gonna get. You're gonna get a triple double and some highlights, and that's it.
This is why I'm calling for the ego check this year. Stop worrying about. Even I'm starting to believe it now with the stat pad.
Jarv is getting to you.
It's like I used to say, it's like, yo, that's just how he played.
Family, I hope y'all hearing this. Jarv has really gotten into Damo.
Empty calorie season.
Popeyes.
I don't see too many stars come and go on OKC, man. This is, like I said, this is the last dance after Paul George. That's it.
Yes. Converting them one by one.
That's it. Ain't nobody gonna want to come there, man.
I'm proud of you, Damo. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
Damo!
I'm proud of you, man. So let's get to some takeaways that we have throughout the first week that we observed throughout the first week of the season. For me, number one, defense is taking a step back.
Yo.
Oh, definitely.
People are not playing defense
Lazy
right now.
this
I
year.
talked about the Kings. They scored 130 on OKC. The New Orleans Pelicans, they scored 130 on my Rockets. And then afterwards, they came and scored 149 on somebody. The Utah Jazz scored like 120 or 30. They had 81 points in 3 quarters.
Crazy.
Or by halftime against Golden State. It's just no defense going on. The referees have been using that new freedom of movement rule that they've been doing now, so they've been calling a lot more fouls. And people are going to the line and scoring like crazy. And people are not playing no defense, Damo.
You got to question these workout videos that they putting up during the summer. What you working out on? Where's the defense?
Well, there's no defense. They're not working on any defense.
What you really working out on, man?
They're not working on positioning
Just
yourself.
throwing me alleys today. That Tristan Thompson video, I've been seething about that. Hard work, screaming that in the video. Where you at, Thompson?
Where's the energy, TTK?
TTK.
Where are those post-ups that we saw in the summer? Where were those coming down the courts, catching the ball, running from the free throw line?
You know what he doing, Just? Laying them baby hairs. That's all he doing. Things is laid, boy.
Those baby hairs, man. Draw for you. I'll take away for you.
Well, I was going to go in the same vein as you as far as the lack of defense. I'm looking at these scores, and I'm like, what's going on? But what really got me to thinking was, I remember when the running team, after like the 90s, with like the college basketball scores and everything, like the running team was kind of like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like when Golden State started to run, and then you had Phoenix running in Dallas, those Sacramento, they were like must see. But like now it seems like everybody is trying to run literally the same offense.
Your team is the fastest of them all, the
exactly.
Lakers.
It's basically, we just gonna run really fast and try to score and take really low percentage shots and hope they go in. I don't know.
I don't know where the trend has come from. I know it's ascending there,
I
but I
kind
feel
of
like
miss
it's
the novelty act of the fast team with a couple of slow teams. Everybody doing the same thing now.
Who?
I'm glad you hit on that because that's in one of my takeaways.
Okay.
The whole episode basically is one of my takeaways. And my takeaway from the first week is that GSW, Golden State Warriors, they made the league better talent-wise. I mean, you know, aside from the defense being kind of trash right now, we all know they're the juggernaut of talent, you know, but if you pay attention to teams that's on the come up, they have multitude of talent and versatile players. When you look at teams like Boston, Toronto, Philly, Denver, Houston, when GSW fades away, I believe we're gonna see multiple markets winning championships due to the caliber of talent we have in the league now.
Cool.
There won't be dominating teams like, you know, how GSW is dominating right now. 4 years, 5 years
they put the league on
straight.
notice.
Exactly. I feel like, you know, Boston gonna take it this year. LA might take it that year. Denver Nuggets is on the come up. They got talent out there. You know what I'm saying? Giannis is on the come
What
up.
I said when everybody got mad about KD. I said, don't get upset.
I'm upset.
The league is
It's just a
gonna catch
wave.
up.
It's just a wave right now.
happen.
It's just a wave.
No, it's true.
Everybody's shaming them. You know, you seen I don't know if you guys seen the video out there. The fan out there shaming Boogie. You ruined NBA basketball.
I didn't see that, dude.
They might have made the NBA better.
The same way Miami
right.
Step their game up.
Exactly. Of course not right now, but in the long term, looking in the long term, it's going to make for better basketball.
I can see that. I mean, I know it's brought in the casual fan, per se.
Yeah.
The Golden State Warriors, their team aspect, their fun way of playing, because they play the game the right way. I mean, I hate Golden State, but I know basketball, and they do play the game the right way. They share the ball. They have a lot of nice sets. I'm always very impressed with the way they play. I just don't like them individually, but I gotta show respect because they do play the game the right way. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. So fellas make great points. But another takeaway that I had, man, the Wizards. Slow start in DC. Everyone knows I've been high on the Wizards here. The first time I've ever been high on the Wizards, and
shocked.
I feel like I'm looking a little crazy right now. But it's early. It's first couple games. But also, Dwight Howard, he's been mysteriously absent. He's gotten this quote-unquote butt injury. I don't know what's going on. They're saying that he's needing more practice time. Dwight Howard. They lost to the Heat. They lost to the Raptors without Kawhi. The Washington Wizards, John Wall, he's looked pretty good individually. But, we talked about Jarv in the last episode before. I needed him to show me more leadership. I still don't know if I see it yet because I feel like they've had some bad losses that they didn't need to have. You shouldn't lose to Toronto without Kawhi right now. Not when you're a Washington Wizards. You should be a top 4 seed in my mind in the East easily, and you should be guaranteed a second round trip to me. And they're getting on to a slow start. And
listen, we talked about it. Got to throw that team away.
Did I jump out the window?
I'm agreeing with
their talent, as you rightfully said. Conference finals. Remember we joked about that.
I got everybody in the conference finals.
with that chemistry, if it's not there, it's not there.
But how could it not be there? They've been playing for years.
But if I don't like you, I'm not gonna play with you.
Hey, listen, man. I agree. I agree with Jarv, man. I mean, listen. To be honest, so far during the season, I ain't been checking for Washington.
I
haven't been watching any of the games, but I feel like it's time to blow that team up.
Like John Wall left and came back with braids and a beard. Like, who is this? He's having an identity crisis.
It's new energy, John Wall.
Listen.
He's been playing well individually, though.
Bradley
He's getting the numbers.
Beal for CJ McCollum. Who says no?
Oh, I like that.
Get Otto Porter out of here, that $100 million robbery. Change the whole team.
I mean, I do believe they do need to shake up, but they gotta shake up.
Also, throw Scott Brooks out the door. He was a bad... I talked about this. When Tibbs and Scott Brooks got hired, I lamented those hires. Bad idea. Like, you see how Hoiberg is in Chicago? He should have been in Washington. He has this whole office is built for those guys.
But
Mark Jackson in Washington?
My thing is that...
Maybe. I don't even like the guy, but maybe.
My thing is that I like the roster additions that they had this season. I feel like Dwight Howard would be nice for them. I like Austin Rivers for them. He's actually playing pretty nice. He's a nice combo going. Damo, you laughing over there. I give Austin Rivers some love. You be hating on Austin Rivers. He can ball. He could ball. He averaged 15 last year.
What did they add, Just? When you think about it, all of these guys they brought in are temperamental. And then you add that to a temperamental mix, dangerous.
Oh, man.
How long before Dwight checks out?
It's time for the blow up.
Listen, Dwight better not check out.
He gonna check
but
out.
I think this is the best fit for Dwight.
Dwight is literally
in a while. This is a good fit for him.
Yeah.
But then again, it's Dwight.
It is Dwight.
You know? What more do you expect from the guy?
Nothing.
Exactly. The guy never worked on his game.
Just that since I met him. I don't expect anything from Dwight Howard.
It's interesting, man. And my last takeaway, fellas, the boy Trae Young.
Oh, I got smoke for you.
Putting in work. 35-11 last game. He's averaging 23-8 on the season right now. It's young. It's early. He's my rookie of the year pick. I know. I get it. He's shooting 39% from 3. But I like the tenacity I'm seeing from Trae Young. I like the I don't know if it's hunger. I like his what's the word? Not his boldness. I guess this is his boldness. Is his
tenacity.
Confidence. I like his confidence.
There we go. I like the confidence out of Trae Young because you notice he's not scared to pull that trigger.
He's pulling from deep.
He's not scared to pull that trigger, man. He doesn't care. And I like him. I know a lot of guys are hating on him. A lot of people are on the Luka Doncic train.
And he knows it too.
I know. A lot of people are on that train, but to me, I've always been a Trae Young supporter, and he's my rookie of the year pick, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people this year and average about 15 and 6 or 7. And I think he's going to get rookie of the year, man. I'm high on Trae Young.
A lot of nerve.
Rookie of the year.
Why?
A lot of nerve, Just. A lot of nerve.
I think I know where you're going with this.
To like you. I saw your tweet. Your 5 players you like.
Yep, 5 favorite players.
You got all this issue with Steph Curry and you picking Trae Young to like.
Knew he was going
Somebody has to call you out on that. You got some nerve.
But why?
We'll see how you could like Trae Young and not like Steph. He's a clone.
Listen,
Come on,
man,
son.
my issues with Steph might be a little personal.
All right.
But
I feel like I wouldn't
like-
be me if I ain't
no,
speak on
I mean, it's a valid point.
And listen,
But I like
anything
Trae
stopping
Young, man.
CP3
Top
from a
five.
championship? Because listen, this goes all the way back from when CP3 was on the Clippers.
Of course.
Steph
When he
was that
losing to Steph
roadblock.
each and every time.
You know, Steph was that roadblock.
Oh.
So, you know, it's kind of personal.
deep.
Why y'all trying to dissect? Why y'all trying to dissect?
Nah, because
Emotional
you got
season?
Some nerve to
Emotional
like Trae Young.
season?
Like I was gonna let that ride. You knew damn well I was gonna speak on that stuff.
Listen, even the man himself can be a victim of emotional season from time to time.
Okay, I respect that.
We are all fans at the end of the day, but
I hated Paul Pierce for years, FYI, and you know why.
yes,
Okay.
I
One of my
definitely know.
favorite players, by the way.
I didn't like Paul Pierce till he retired.
Yep. And you know your guy T-Mac, good lord, let us not get started on him. But Trae Young is one of my guys, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I like the boy, man. I like
Likewise.
I like when people count you out a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People count you out, and he is an underdog technically. If you look
Yeah.
at him, he is an underdog, and I like when people count you out. So that's why I'm always gonna give him love, and I think he has a nice game to him. I think people underrate his point guard skills.
Yeah.
Think he's a shooter. He pulls up from 30, 40, whatever. But he is a solid point guard.
No,
The man
listen.
runs the pick and roll well.
I think he has listen, the boy's going to have a solid career.
Yeah.
Either way. I just feel like he's either going to be a superstar kind of player or he's going to be that Eddie House kind of guy.
Damn. Eddie House.
Remember, Eddie House was killing in college.
I think he's gonna be above House off the rip. But what helps
That's a
him
tad
is
disrespectful.
it is. But
I mean, he could drive and
Eddie
penetrate.
House?
But I think being that he's on his Hawks team, he's gonna have every chance.
Yeah, he has the room.
to be
Yeah,
really
he has the
good.
room to do whatever.
Right. Eddie House though?
I'm just
dude.
saying, off of shooting prowess alone. Off of shooting prowess
Not
alone.
even I said Kevin Martin.
I don't know.
Damn, Eddie House is very
A
disrespectful.
role player?
So disrespectful.
But listen, Eddie House was a good role player. He could come off the bench and give you 30.
You're disrespectful.
How does
He'll
disrespectful?
give you a 19.
Yeah.
What?
30? Eddie
I think
House?
you need to go back and check.
Now House had moments, but
He had moments. He
Trae
had a
Young already better
50-point
than Eddie
game.
House.
Eddie House had a 50-point game.
Eddie House?
Yes,
You're
look it up. He had a
disrespectful,
50-point game.
well, what was his claim to fame? Role playing
On the
shooter.
Boston Celtics.
But this is what I'm saying. How I see Trae Young is either he's gonna be a superstar player,
Okay.
or they're gonna
So you
give
said
up
his
on.
floor is
Yeah,
Eddie
exactly.
House, the lowest he can be.
Exactly,
He could
that's
be
what I'm
a really
saying.
good
That's what I'm
player on a
saying.
bad
It's either
team.
he could either be a superstar player. A matter of fact, not even a superstar player. He could be a franchise player.
Okay.
Or he's just gonna end up being one of those great role players
Okay.
where they'll just give up on him and it's be like, you know what, this is your specialty. We just need you to shoot threes.
I think 35-11 says that he's gonna be really good. We don't even got
He's averaging 23-8 right now.
Listen,
fellas.
Michael Carter Williams had a good rookie campaign. Look at him now.
11.
He was getting triple doubles.
He had one of the worst rookie classes ever.
Yeah, that was one of
And
the
that-
worst rookie. He won it
And
off
that
by
Philly team was
default.
Basuda. Of course, he's like 6'12".
Yeah. MCW, I'm not gonna lie, he won that rookie of the year by default because it was so bad, that rookie class. But family, you know what time it is.
Not a game,
Oh,
not a
man.
game, not a game. We talking about practice.
The crossover segment. I'll be throwing up player comparisons from different eras. The family, Jarv and Damo act as GM, and they tell me who they would take out of the two in their primes if they was building a team. Got some interesting ones for y'all tonight. So first up, are you taking a prime Baron Davis, B. Diddy, or a prime John Wall? Let me give you the career stats. B. Diddy, Baron Davis, 16 points per game, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 40% from the floor, 2-time All-Star, 2-time steals leader. John Wall, 18 points per game, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 43% from the floor, 5-time All-Star for John Wall. Damo, I'm gonna start with you. You taking a prime Baron Davis, or you taking John Wall if you're starting the team?
I like both these players.
So do I.
But I'm gonna have to go with B. Diddy, man, because I'm a man of versatility.
Okay.
And you know, John Wall is just one-dimensional to me.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. He ain't got a jumper.
No.
He doesn't have a post-up game.
Oh.
All he does is penetrate and dish. How you like to say. He likes to penetrate and dish.
He does.
He's fast. He's faster than B. Diddy. But with B. Diddy, you got that clutch factor. You got post game. He can shoot. And he can pass. I'm gonna have to go with B. Diddy, man.
I'm mad at you, Jarv. What about you?
If you asking me like who's the better basketball player, you know how I feel about John Wall. That boy's supposed to be so good. Like, it's ridiculous.
Remember the hype he had?
Yeah, going back to Kentucky. What his talent suggests. Yeah. But if we talking point guards and we building a roster, give me B. Diddy. Give me Baron Davis. At least I know my team is going to play for my point guard. My point guard's not going to be concerned with what the shooting guard is making financially. He's not going to get random braids in a midlife crisis. And he's going to show up when it counts.
We
Give
believe.
me Baron Davis.
We believe.
And he's one of the most dynamic point guards when he had both knees functional. Going back to UCLA.
Yo,
A-clap.
A-clap.
I think Baron Davis is a very underrated kind of guy in the NBA.
I agree.
Man. A lot of guys don't talk about Baron Davis, man. He's one of my favorite guys of all time.
He and Steve Francis, I filed them under the legends of the fall off because it's like people, they more remember for the injuries or things that led to the fall off as opposed to what they were doing that was ridiculous at that time.
They were crazy, man.
Yes.
Come on, Just. He went to go pick John Wall.
Trifecta?
I hear y'all.
I feel a trifecta.
I hear y'all.
Come on, point guard.
But I'm going to go B. Diddy. So we I want us to throw y'all off a little bit. Listen, but I'm not going to lie. This was tough for me because I really do like John Wall.
We all
and
love
I think he's the more complete point guard out of the two because of his defensive prowess. But also, Baron Davis was a 2-time steals leader. So that is something to know. But John Wall, to me, end-to-end, he has way more speed than Baron Davis. We all know. He is a more dynamic player, I guess we can say. But
I got a question for you, Just. I feel like Baron Davis hit his ceiling. Do you feel like John Wall hit his ceiling? As far as the NBA?
That's the thing. That's my problem.
I don't feel like he's hit that ceiling yet.
Like I said to you,
a lot better.
On the last time,
still
I
room
was
for
here,
improvement.
I believe that John Wall's peak ability is as a shooting guard. I think if he just decides to become a wing as opposed to a point guard, he could do so much more for his team.
Do you think he would be effective as a 2 guard?
He would destroy.
His athleticism.
That's actually a decent point. Something to think about.
I'm not asking about his face. He got a package. He got a little midi. He worked on a 3.
True.
He got a little face up. He got a post. He got his first step is dynamic.
True.
He can defend when he feel like it. Get him off the ball.
I'm not mad at that. I mean, that's a good point.
Interesting. I mean, nobody's tried that with him yet.
Yeah, that's just the same way we talk about Westbrook. It's the same thing we can do with John Wall.
Scotty Brooks, and that goes to the coaching.
Vanilla coaches, get him out of here. We could do that.
That is true. That is true, man. Damn. Man,
What's the pressure cooker for John Wall?
5.
You put him at 5?
I told him, 5. He's got to make the Eastern Conference Finals this year, or it's a bust to me. No more second-round exits for you. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. No second-round exits. You got a good enough team. There's no team that's definitively better except for Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
Raptors.
Number 2 is
there, but I still need a few more games. I love Kawhi, but everybody else...
Kawhi's looking good, by the way.
Can't go up and out. He's looking very good,
I just feel like if they could win 50 now with DeRozan...
That's exactly.
Kawhi.
With Kawhi, that's an upgrade.
Kawhi not soft like DeRozan.
No way. He's not scared of no LeBron or nobody in the East like DeRozan. He's ready to thump. But so moving on, last crossover segment. Are y'all taking a prime Jerry Stackhouse or Jamal Crawford? Let me give y'all a career stats. Jarv, I'm coming to you first.
Come on, man.
Damn. Let me give you the career stats. Jerry Stackhouse, they're so even, it's ridiculous. Wow. Jerry Stackhouse, 16 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 40% from the floor, 2-time All-Star. Jamal Crawford, 15 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 41% from the floor, 3-time 6th Man of the Year, no All-Star appearances. Jarv, who you taking if you're building a team? You taking Stack or you taking Mr. Crawford?
Gotta think about this. 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. Some 50 pieces.
A couple 50 pieces.
Some legendary highlights.
All-time 4-point plays leader. All-time. But you got Stackhouse,
Stackhouse
Goon.
had a couple of dynamic seasons.
Remember we played for Philly?
Yeah.
Whew. Averaged 30 in one season or 29.
Them Stackhouses was fire, too.
It was a Feli?
Back when Feli was
Feli, right? Feli.
Feli resurgence?
Joe, who you got, my
I'm
brother?
going with Jamal Crawford. Longevity. He been the goods forever. Didn't he go to Michigan?
Yes. Wait, Jamal Crawford? Yeah,
Yes,
I believe so.
did.
I believe
He's been
so.
the goods for a very long time. His game has aged well. Every good team needs a good sixth man.
Playing for Phoenix right now, which I'm high on.
He's played for the whole league.
Basically.
That he has.
With no disrespect, just talking team building, I always felt like Stackhouse was good, but he never really mattered. No shade.
That's a fair point.
I felt like Crawford has mattered with good teams in various locations.
An integral piece, you mean?
Yeah.
I gotta disagree with that.
That's fine.
Cause he mattered in Dallas. He was somebody to worry about.
Those
in
Dallas years, he was an
I
integral piece.
I felt like Josh Howard was more valid in Philly than Stackhouse
Nick
was.
Van Exel was on that team too, right?
Exactly.
Quick.
Yep.
He was just a piece.
Cause listen, if there's anybody that remember them Dallas years, it's me because I was a Houston fan.
Yeah.
And Dallas was a problem for us, man.
Okay.
And Jerry Stackhouse daggered us a couple of times.
For a fact, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no shade. But I felt like for them daggers, you still had Dirk, Finley, Josh Howard. You know, you
Was
had
it Sean
other
Marion
guys.
on that team as well?
No,
that was
he
That was the
didn't come
championship
yet.
team.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
if you want to pick
I'm-
Stack,
I'm gonna go with Stack just to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
You know, because
There's been
I
a
like
lot of that on this episode.
man, Just I gotta give you credit on that one, man. Cause
tricky.
I
that's
dug in
one
the
of-
archives
I
of
have to
that.
say that was one of the toughest crossovers. You could go either way.
There's no wrong answer. in this
Those
one.
guys are definitely a 6-man
Yeah.
and could be the guy.
Be the guy if they got the opportunity.
But
I'm
sorry. I'm gonna go with Jerry Stack. I'm gonna tell you why I go with Jerry Stackhouse. I like his post game better, and I'm just giving it off the post game because everything else they
his
pretty much
post game
even.
was phenomenal.
Yeah, they
he
pretty
was a
much
big
even.
guard though.
Right,
that was
right.
it. He was what 6'6", 6'7", something like that.
6'6".
6'6", yeah,
Yeah.
athletic. He always had the goon factor too, so you wasn't running up on him. He was going up your neck,
Shout
going
out
up
to
your
B.I.
chest.
That's his big homie.
Oh yeah,
You ain't know? Yeah.
no.
That North Carolina connection.
Oh no!
Yep.
Oh yeah! Oh, I forgot. Stackhouse,
Yes.
a UNC legend. How is that going over my head right now? I've always been a big US.
Yeah, I
UNC
picked Jerry Stackhouse.
Okay.
Just off. I give him the nod with the post game.
Okay,
That's how I give him
Fellas.
the nod. They pretty much even him.
I'm gonna break this tie right now.
Let's hear it.
I'm going with Jamal Crawford.
My man.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go with Jamal Crawford for the simple fact is that
Because he played for the Clippers.
no, not that. I mean, I like Jamal Crawford for that reason. But I feel like Jamal Crawford is a tad more unguardable than Jerry Stackhouse. Only in the instance that he really can get a shot whenever he feels like it. The problem is if it's gonna go in or not. Because he'll take some
That's the
tough-ass
thing.
shots.
That's the
But he can always get his own shot.
Right.
Easier, I feel like, than Jerry Stackhouse. And if I'm looking at both of these guys, and if I'm building a team, obviously those two is going to be my two guards. So each person that I would take, I would have to build my team around a little bit differently. I feel like according to them, because Jamal Crawford, we know, is a terrible defender.
Oh.
Jerry Stackhouse wasn't that bad of a defender.
He was cool.
He was cool, but he wasn't being dominated, I feel like, in the way that Jamal Crawford would be.
I got a question. You said Jamal Crawford could get his shots whenever he feels like, which is true. When he was with the Knicks, you already know it was hit or miss with Jamal Crawford.
Yeah.
But
He had a
hold
couple
on, hold
50
on,
pieces.
hold on. Now when Jerry Stackhouse was with Detroit, I don't remember now. This is I asked you guys. I don't remember. But when Jerry Stackhouse was with Detroit, did they make the playoffs?
That was with the Grant Hill year.
I
Grant
believe
Hill's
so.
last year.
didn't he
Before
have a
he
year
left.
where he averaged like 28?
Yeah,
Yeah, 29.
he averaged like
He had a year when he
25 points.
No, 29.
29?
He had a season with Stackhouse averaged 29.
And
I
they
think
made
that
the
was the last
playoffs?
year in Detroit, right before he got traded to Philly.
Right.
Jamal Crawford on the Knicks, I don't think they made the playoffs.
I don't think they ever made the playoffs with Jamal Crawford.
He was just there for excitement.
Bozo Nation failures against Jamal Crawford. But I feel like there was so many times I watched games with Crawford and the team was either like down or close to taking over, and he would like lead that avalanche, or he was hitting that dagger or that pull-up three that would get that crowd in a frenzy and bring them. He brought many teams home, is my point.
True.
And I felt like there's plenty of times where we knew who Stackhouse was, but I was never afraid of Stackhouse. You get what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't beating us.
That's a fair point.
Crawford was going to beat you if you let him.
So basically you're saying you're going to give Crawford more respect than Jerry Stackhouse.
And also, to be fair, though, throughout his career, Jamal Crawford played for 13 coaches in 15 seasons?
Yeah.
So there was no consistency with Jamal Crawford having a coach or giving him the green light to do anything, because he basically had to relearn somebody.
Meaning that
every
he can
year.
adapt to any situation.
Yeah, which is also a credit to him, but also a detriment to his career, because then now he had to reestablish himself with every new coach that came in. So.
Somehow they all used him the same way.
True.
Which speaks to his talent.
True that. True indeed. That's true.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting, man. So that's a crossover.
So it's 2 against 1 then.
Yeah.
We'll see. Man, I'm not going to lie. I was damn near about to pick John Wall when I was doing this, and then I said, I don't know, because I really think I would choose B. Diddy, because I love me some B. Diddy, man.
It's the point guard in you. That's
I know.
why. You know?
I know.
It's the point guard, man.
B. Diddy, boy, man. I tell you, man.
CP3 is kind of like B. Diddy minus
stocky.
the dunking.
Yeah, a little stocky with it. That's true. That's true. Fellas, family. This is episode 71. Damo, Jarv.
Yes, sir.
The real family.
Another one in the books.
Another one in the books. Opening week views has been a fantastic opening week of the NBA.
Yes.
The NBA really messed up the first game of the season. They cleaned it up on Saturday this weekend with the Lakers game. That first game with Boston, Philly, and that first night was terrible. That was just a black eye.
How was LeBron and the Lakers not
the first
part of
game?
the main event package?
That was ridiculous.
It should have been Lakers versus Celtics, if anything.
Or we should have been in Houston.
Something dramatic like
that. For the 8 o'clock game, and then Golden State get the 10:30.
Yes, their ring ceremony.
All the main event games off the rep.
The NBA definitely messed up.
They trolled us in that one.
They really messed up. I don't know what they were thinking. They spreading out LeBron's games right now because they have the most TV appearances, as we all know.
They building the anticipation, you think?
Exactly.
I guess so. Well, you know what they're building. That good old narrative.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron's season started rocky. Lakers are rocky.
Prima donna Bron.
Somebody needs to get traded. They need to overhaul the roster.
You call him Teflon Blonde? I call him Prima Donna Bron.
It's all relative.
He's a prima donna.
He's an op now. That's his new name.
Y'all better stop hating on that man.
He's an op. All the young boys that blasting the Herbo when he walk go to the locker room. Start blasting the G Herbo. Oh, y'all want to throw subs? Okay.
Listen, they about to be out of here if they got something to say, all right?
Right.
Listen, they about to be out of here, all right? Irvin will put the hammer down.
Listen,
He's locked
Irvin
in step
probably
with
think
Magic.
Braun's soft for that too. You never know. Imagine Irvin holding back Isaiah Thomas. Imagine that.
Oh, that'll never happen.
All right.
That'll never happen. That is true indeed. So, fellas, once again, thank you. I appreciate y'all joining me for episode 71, opening week views to start off the season. And I need to have a few more of these trifectas right here.
Hey, you know where to find me.
I like it, man. I like
always
it.
here.
I like it, man.
It's all love.
Exactly. So, family, that's episode 71, Above the Rim. And we out.